and welcome to the 43rd Annual Gardena Day Services. Would everyone please rise for the raising of the American flag.
Carry, colors. Colors reverse. March. Left, left, left. Colors. Right, face. Forward. March. Left, left, left.
Let us pray. God of freedom, justice, and mercy, it is to your glory that many have given their lives for these inalienable rights. Today we honor you by giving thanks and recognition for all those who have stood guard so that every man, woman, and child of all religions, genders, race, tongue, and creed may have equal access to freedom, justice, and mercy. We thank you today for the privilege of honoring these veterans you placed in the perimeters of our great country, many of which still have vivid memories of losing friends and children, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, comrades and lovers on the battlefield. Others have mercifully sacrificed their body to protect every body. Whether alive or deceased today, all of our veterans have given their lives, and for this we are very, very indebted and thankful, O Lord. Bless them with your overarching hands of protection, goodness, and joy. May we not only celebrate these brave men and women, may we learn from their experiences, may we have been enriched by their stories, may we be inspired by their actions. God, today, especially, we are reminded that this country's greatness is not because of its wealth of resources, free enterprise, or leading educational system. This country is not great because of forward-thinking technology, accessibility of food, or abundance of entertainment. No, Lord. It is in fact not the system of America that makes this country great. Our veterans today remind us that it is the Americans of America that make this country great. I pray now that you continue to be with all of these who have come today. Bless our future as you have blessed our past, that we may stand for the causes that glorify you, the causes that echo your prophet Micah. As we, your nation, proclaim, he has shown us, O man, what is good and what the Lord requires of us, to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with you. This is our prayer. We pray it in the name of the God who authors freedom, justice, and peace. Amen.
Face the flag. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We need to thank Eva Michelle for that singing. Would everyone please have a seat? I have some acknowledgments to make, recognitions. I understand that our emeritorious Donald Deere's in the audience. Are you out there? All right. Not. Let's begin with acknowledgments on the podium here at the desk here. To my left is the Honorable Paul Tanaka, our beloved mayor. To his left is Ronald Ikajiri, Mayor Pro Tem. Dan Medina, Council Member. Rachel Johnson, Council Member. Okay. To my right, we have the Commander of Gardena Auxiliary, 3261. Okay, I just had a brain freeze. John Francisco. To his right is the Commander of 1961, Stephen Murayama. We also have the President of the Ladies Auxiliary to General William S. Rosecrans, Rosemary Hoff. And with her is Mary Martinez. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see her. Oh my goodness. City Council Member Maria? Okay, that's why. I'm sorry, Tasha Serta, Council Member. My most humble apologies. One faux pas for the day, the last one, I hope. Let's have a reading. Veterans Day. On Veterans Day, we honor all who answered to a service call. Soldiers young and soldiers old fought for freedom, brave and bold. Some have lived while others died, and all of them deserve our pride. We're proud of all the soldiers who kept thinking of red, white, and blue. They fought for us and all our rights. They fought through many days and nights. And though we may not know each name, we thank all veterans just the same. Freedom is not free. There is a price we pay for freedom, for it is not truly free, but rather paid for by the contributions of veterans to buy our liberty. As their blood drains from their body and runs like a river through the grass, over the years it's forgotten, wars placed in our past. I don't think we realize the importance veterans play as they voluntarily serve America each and every day. We should honor the veterans, for they act like a shield, protecting us from danger, keeping America healed. So if you would take a second to commemorate, you will instantly see we owe veterans our gratitude, for they are the reason we are free. And we must always remember that a soldier is not forgotten unless he is dead. All right, let's move on with the program. We have a tribute from the Cheer-LA. Are you ready out there, ladies? A reading of Flanders Field by Rosemary Hoff.
In Flanders Field the poppies blow, between the crosses row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing, fly scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders field. America answers in Flanders field. Rest ye in peace, ye Flanders dead. The fight that ye so bravely led, we've taken up, and we will keep true faith with you who lie asleep, with each a cross to mark his bed in Flanders fields. Fear not that ye have died for naught. The torch ye threw to us we caught. 10 million hands will hold it high, and freedom's light shall never die. We've learned a lesson that ye taught in Flanders fields.
Next, we need to hear Dion Nipchel's voice with God Bless America.
America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America. God bless America. God bless America. My home, sweet
If you were asleep out there, I know you're awake now. Had a melodious voice for us. Now, we have a tribute by Perry Middle School drill team.
Forward, march! ready, Stro. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
A few acknowledgments in the audience. We have Planning Commissioner Steve Sherman, Human Service Commissioner Richard Luna. Are there any other commissioners out there? Thank you. Now, I have a proclamation to be presented by Council Member Rachel Johnson.
Good morning. There are several proclamations here from our elected statewide and congressional representatives. I'd like to first start with a certificate of recognition. This is to the William Stark Rosecrans Post 3261, and this is to be presented on behalf of the Most Honorable Stephen C. Bradford, Assembly Member 51st District. Is someone from the William Stark Rosecrans Post here to accept this? No? Okay. I'd like to present this to you on behalf of the Honorable Stephen C. Bradford. Okay. And also on behalf of Assemblymember Stephen C. Bradford, I also have a certificate of recognition for the Gardena Eastside Memorial Post, 1961. And from the Assemblymember, he commends both posts for their commitment and dedication as you have unselfishly been a service to our nation. And congratulations. So it's someone from the Gardena Eastside Memorial Post, 1961 here. Okay, as we continue, we have recognitions here from our State Senator, the Honorable Roderick Wright, also to the William Stark Rosecrans Post 3261, and Gardena Eastside VFW Post 1961. And this is also in congratulations and in honor of your participation in our annual Veterans Day services. Again, on behalf of our State Senator, Roderick Wright. And also our last recognition will be presented to the City of Gardena on behalf, again, of Senator Roderick Wright in honor of our 43rd Annual Veterans Day services. So I'd like to present this to the Mayor. Thank you.
Our keynote speaker today is Sergeant First Class Ferran Dozier. He's a 23-year member of the United States Army National Guard. Sergeant Dozier advocates to raise awareness of the sickle cell trait for military personnel, athletes, and especially the youth engaged in sports. He's an affiliate member of the SCD, Soldier Network, and Moretta Solution Team Network, and actively gives back to military families, communities, and at-risk youth in America. At this particular time, I would like to present Sergeant Ferran Dozier.
Good afternoon. I'd like to first thank God for blessing me to be here today. I'd like to thank the City of Gardena for allowing me to come and speak to you as well. So a little bit about myself. My name is Sergeant First Class Ferran Dozier. I've been in the City of Gardena for many years. I'm a part of the Bravo Company 40th BSB on 154th and Van Ness, is where I've been a member of the National Guard.
I'd like to, first of all, just acknowledge our veterans. Can I put this? I'd like to first acknowledge our veterans. I want to thank you for paving the way for myself. I want to thank you personally because without you and what you've dedicated to our country, I wouldn't be able to be in front of you today. I'd like to also thank our veterans who've given their life for our country. I want to thank them for just being a stand for what they believed in and dying for us. I want to thank our soldiers who are defending the country today, like myself, and the stand that they are for our country as well. But most of all, I want to thank the unsung heroes, the family members that support those soldiers. You are truly a part of what we stand for, what we believe in and what we fight for. And without your support, we wouldn't be able to do what we do for our country. So my story is, again, I've been in the military for 24 years. Come next year, I'm going to be retiring from the military. I battled, not in foreign countries, but I battled a foreign gene, and it's called sickle cell trait. When I researched it, it affected a lot of soldiers, even in the 70s. During basic training, they were dying and collapsing on the field, and the doctors had no idea what it was. Until the early 80s, they did some research and found that a great percentage of the soldiers that were dying had the sickle cell trait. So they started screening for that gene. How it affects me is I have that gene. I carry that sickle cell trait. And in 2006, I was doing the Army Physical Fitness test up at Camp Roberts. And my last lap, I looked around the field and I saw my soldiers doing the run. And I said, well, let me get this run over with so I can get some rest. Well, be careful what you ask for, because I've been resting for 6 years. We're trained to finish the run, with all we got. So I decided to sprint last lap. And I could hear my instructor hollering out the time, 15:45, 15:46. And I said, hey, I'm doing pretty good. And as I crossed the finish line, I collapsed. And they rushed me to the hospital, gave me a couple IVs, told me to get some rest, go back to the barracks, you'll be okay. Around 16:30 that evening, my condition got worse. I was throwing up, vomiting. I couldn't hold anything down. My soldiers came back to the barracks, and they rushed me back to the hospital. The night doctor ended up keeping me for 4 days on IVs because what I had was a condition called rhabdomyolysis, which is the proteins in the muscles, they break down, and they get into the bloodstream, and they become a toxin. And then the kidneys fail because they can't filter it. So I had a lot of complications. To fast forward 4 years, I'm at UCLA Medical Center because I developed a case of arthritis. Yeah, at 40. And one of my soldiers had shared with me that he had some injuries to his muscles, but he had a sickle cell trait. Well, mind you, I didn't find out I had the sickle cell trait until I was 10 years in the military. And I did a physical at LA Air Force Base. So I remembered that, and I went back and got my test results, and it was positive for the sickle cell trait. And the military was able to, and UCLA Medical Center was able to connect that injury to that gene. So I've dedicated the rest of my career, my life, to advocate for sickle cell trait. I feel if I can defend this country, I can defend the community. It's known that the sickle cell trait is a predominantly African-American gene because it does have a purpose in life. It fights malaria. So it does have a purpose. But out of that environment, we come to find out that a lot of people are having complications. And not only that, but the gene, if a male and a female mate together, can create the disease called sickle cell disease. So that's what I'm standing for. As my career comes to an end, I've taken on advocating for this gene. It's not just African Americans. The Hispanic community is number 2. They're 1 in 100. The Asian community, Caucasian, Mediterranean, European, it affects all of us. And I'm just going to bring more awareness to this. It's 102 years old this year, and it's not conversated a lot. And if you have any questions, that's pretty much what I'm up to. And I have a nonprofit that I created called What's the Count on Sickle Cell Trait Awareness. And I'm going to be, like I said, in the city, in the community, advocating for that gene. And also, if I could share one more thing, there's a lot of our soldiers who are having mental health issues. And one of my soldiers from our unit took his life in October 15th. And it shows up like PTSD, depression, and I just want to let you know that I'm going to also be advocating for that condition as well for our soldiers. Because a lot of us, we get out of the military, we're not sure what we're going to do with ourselves, with our lives, and all we know is being in the military. And some of those soldiers, when they get out, they don't know what to do with themselves. And so when it looks like that, there's no way out. It shows up as committing suicide. And so that's another thing that I'm going to be advocating for our soldiers as well, is giving them someone to talk to, some place to go, that someone can listen to them and understands them. So thank you.
Have our memorial.
We recently lost, within the last year, a lot of people who passed away. From VFW Post 3261, Robert I. Johnson, Alberta Treval, Ceola McCarr, Bert Munsterman, Kathy Nielsen, Virginia Prague Iosky, Betty Magruger, Lee Wickman, Helen Kilgore. From Nisei VFW Post 1961, Harry Ahn, Harry Akune, Hirocho Endo, Manabi Hirosaki, Henry Ikemoto, David Kagao, Edward H. Kobata, Aiki G. Komatsu, Ken Miya, Ocean Miyake, Haruchi Murai, James M. Murata, Paul Ogata, Harry Sasaki, Frank T. Sato, Ben T. Tagami, Frank Tanimoto, and Yuki Uradomo.
Never mind. The Gardena Genesis Community Church is giving us a presentation of America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, for purple mountains, majesty above the fruited plains. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
And we need to thank each and every one of you for coming out. From our heart to yours, please have a good day and enjoy the refreshments that are provided. Keep in mind that a soldier is not dead unless he is forgotten, lest we forget. Please have a good day.